where you want it.
Bay 12, please.
Hello there, Justice League fans, and welcome back to another Bay 12 video review. And today we're reviewing the first of the DC Multiverse year-long wave. So, McFarlane Toys did a year-long wave last year, which was the Batman Beyond wave. So it featured 4 mainline figures plus gold label variants, or just variants. And over the course of that wave, they're much like a regular wave. You had to build a figure piece, but you had to wait until each quarterly figure came out with that build-a-figure piece with that figure. So this year, they're doing the Crime Syndicate. So that's one of my favorite universes in DC Multiverse. I love when they do mirror universes with evil doppelgangers of the main heroes we know and love, and heroic doppelgangers of the villains we know and love. And this universe is no exception to that. So the first figure in that is Ultraman here. No, not the one who fights giant, well, he does, I guess, sometimes fight giant monsters also. Maybe not the Ultraman you're thinking. So this is the evil doppelganger of Superman. So rather than form the Justice League, a lot of superhero characters banded together to form what's called the Crime Syndicate, where they basically just ruled crime on planet Earth, or their planet Earth, and ruled over a lot of the governments there too with an iron fist. And this guy was one of them. Even more recently in the comics, they did a Crime Syndicate comic, which was actually quite good, and much like the Build-A-Figure we have here, the first character they teamed up to fight was their version of Starro, which is really cool, because that's, back in the day, that was one of the first characters that the Justice League teamed up to fight, was Starro. So I liked how they mirrored that in the Crime Syndicate comic, and mirrored that with the Build-A-Figure. So Starro is the Build-A-Figure here. Not the Starro from the hit movie The Suicide Squad. This is a different Starro, not quite the same character that the Suicide Squad fought. So really, really awesome. Can't wait to build the first ever Starro the Conqueror Build-A-Figure from DC Multiverse, and I'm really excited to take a closer look at this Ultraman here, because he looks awesome. So on the back, you've got the toy artwork of the figure facing off against the Starro Build-A-Figure. So far, these figures look awesome, and you even get like a little Starro to put on your other DC Multiverse figures. So really, you're getting multiple figures here. He does come with a bio card and a figure stand. So there you go. There's, again, that same artwork from earlier. Superman of Earth -3, the Crime Syndicate, which isn't Superman. Again, he's Ultraman. Real name, Kal-El, Clark Kent, adoptive name. Earth -3 is a world where power and brute force outmatch the justice and compassion seen in many other Earths across the DC Multiverse. Ultraman of Earth -3, born Kal-El on the planet Krypton, shares many similarities with Earth Zero's Superman. He's also the last son of Krypton and was sent in an escape pod to Earth, where he grew up in Smallville with his adoptive parents Jonathan and Martha Kent. But the similarities end there. Using their son for their own gain, the Kents then manipulated Kal-El and didn't allow him to leave the farm until one day when he finally discovered the truth of who he is and where he came from. He then broke free and left Smallville for good. Years later, he's now taken the name Ultraman and rules over Metropolis, dominating the sprawling city as a tyrant. And with the emergence of other powerful beings like himself, he's formed the Crime Syndicate, a group of morally corrupt, power-hungry supervillains set on reforming the world to their liking. They are in every way the antithesis of the Justice League. Awesome. did not skimp on the details there. I mean, I knew all that because I like the Crime Syndicate and it's a storyline I followed. But for those of you who haven't, I mean, this is something totally new. So here we have the little Starro figure here, and this thing is awesome. So you've got the eyes, which it almost looks like. Okay, no, it doesn't. They're not following you around. It almost seems like it, but they don't follow you around. That would be cool if they did. On the inside, you've got some tentacles and things right here. You've got this gnarly looking mouth with some rows of teeth. That looks really cool. Kind of flex the plastic and get it to look like it's opened up a little bit, but you can also kind of push it together like it's chomping. Chomp, chomp. That's awesome. So we got a little Starro figure here. Here is the Starro Build-A-Figure piece that comes with him. You see that clear translucent plastic over the eyes there. So we've got 3 eyes on this design of Starro. And there's that Build-A-Figure piece. Next up here we have Ultraman. Pull him right out of the package there. And he looks awesome. Soft plastic goods cape. Again, I wish they would do the cloth. The cloth, when McFarlane Toys has done cloth, the cloth goods are amazing on these. Wish they would do cloth. Fully articulated. Really, really awesome. A shame that with some of the previous Superman releases, we couldn't get a swappable head with actual laser vision happening or a swappable head with regular eyes, because the eyes are red on this figure, so he is getting ready to, you know, shoot some laser beams. I kind of like what they're doing with the hair here, kind of like the hair is like maybe blown, the wind's blowing his hair this way. I do like that. You've got the upside down traditional shape of Superman's crest with the U in the center for Ultraman. It does not mean hope in Kryptonian, because hope starts with an H. And I wonder what U stands for in Kryptonian. Very curious to know if they'll actually delve into that. I don't think they did in the comic, at least not that I can recall. Fully articulated shoulders with those awesome socket joints, upper bicep, double jointed elbows, wrist joints, upper waist and lower waist, hips, double jointed knees, ankles, toe pivot, and there you go. This dude is very, very articulated. Get some pretty sweet poses. Again, just some swappable accessories. Usually McFarlane does some pretty cool swappable accessories. I mean, aside from it being awesome that we have an Ultraman figure finally, it's just kind of a plain release, I feel like, because there's just not a lot going on with this here. There's just nothing really adding to the wow factor of this other than we finally have an Ultraman. Don't get me wrong, I like it, but this needs some like swappable hands or at least some swappable heads just to kind of break up the monotony of this. I feel like we did get a lot here. I mean, we got this awesome little Starro, which you can put on him or some of your other DC Multiverse figures. It fits on the torso of your characters very well. I like that a lot. But other than that, I mean, I feel like Ultraman himself needs more, in my opinion. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of this awesome figure right here. Again, they did a good job on it. The sculpt is great, but I just feel like it needs a little bit more. It just feels a little, as far as accessory-wise, just a little plain. Anyway, stay tuned for whenever we get to the second figure in this wave. I believe the second figure is going to be Superwoman, which is not his cousin. It is not who you think it is. It's not a Kryptonian. Nope, it is Diana. Rather than the Wonder Woman we know in the regular universe, in the Crime Syndicate, she is known as Superwoman, and she's very scary, especially in the comics. She is something to be feared. So stay tuned for that review, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's Bay 12 video. Make sure you check out more Bay 12 content. Follow us on social media. Stay tuned for our monthly live sales, and we'll see you guys later. We'll see you another time. It's game over, man.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.